Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for the best real estate podcast online. It is time for Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live with Mike and Dave Elkins, presented by Elite Realty Group. Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. We're going to be giving you now some questions that you need to be asking when you hire a real estate agent. Now, you brought up a good point earlier that I think we need to explore just a little bit before we get into these questions that we need to give these people to ask. A lot of people don't know you hire a real estate agent.
Right.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that before I got into real estate. I did not know that. But essentially, that's what you're doing, is you are hiring a real estate agent, a realtor, to work for you, right? Mm-hmm. To get your house sold, or even on the buying side to represent you as a buying agent. If you was hiring somebody to do legal work for you, right, you would probably want to make sure you're hiring the right person.
Yes.
You're being picky about that.
Right.
You're asking the right questions. We want you today to know what some of those questions are that you need to be asking, because you do need to be hiring. You need to be hiring a realtor to work for you in getting your house sold.
And I just thought of this and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget to say it. And so, yes, they're hiring us.
Right.
Buyers get to hire us and don't have to pay us nothing.
I know, yeah.
So, but
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Disclaimer there.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
They do, and we work for them for free.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, keep that in mind.
You can't beat that. So most of the time the seller pays the funds, the commissions, whatever you want to call that. That's why he's saying that. But here's some things you need to ask. All right, you need to do some homework.
Yeah, do a little
research. You need to check these people out. You need to, if you've ever went to a job interview, you need to be the person sitting on the other. You need to be the CEO sitting on the other side of the desk doing the job interview, right?
Charlotte Moore says, how many years experience do you have?
Yeah, we're going to be going through that. And then the first thing you need to ask, all right? Here's the first thing. Let's just jump right in. How long have you been in residential real estate? But more than that, Charlotte, more than that, everyone that's watching, the time that you've been in real estate, it does play a factor.
Does.
But it's not as much of a factor as what you want to tag on to that question. So you want to know, how long have you been in residential real estate? But you want to know more than that. Is this your full-time job, right? Again, if I'm going back, I'm using the legal advice person today. If I'm getting legal advice from somebody and I'm going in to get a lawyer to represent me in court, I don't want somebody that's a part-timer.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Right.
There are realtors that work part-time. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
These are just questions you probably should be asking to make sure you're getting the best service, the most bang for your buck that you can get. How long have you been in residential real estate? But more importantly than that is this your full-time job?
And with the years of experience, I'll say this because I hear this a lot. It's great that they've been in it for 25 years.
Sure.
That's great. Have they evolved with the times?
With the times. That's why I said earlier, time is important, because you can't, experience is something you can't teach.
No.
And so I wholeheartedly agree. Experience, time in the business, it's an important thing. However, we are living in this age that stuff is changing faster than we can keep up with it. And we try to be pretty much on top of that curve.
Yeah.
It's changing, technology evolving, how real estate's being bought and sold. If you're not keeping up with that, you could have been in it for, again, 20 plus years, and it's literally running off and leaving you in the dust. Where, again, this is what I'm going to use. Some hotshot new kid could come in that can run this technology like crazy and look like Superman. Right. Now, that still doesn't give them that experience. So that's where, again, you are hiring this person. You interview them. You might want that 25-year veteran. That might be what fits your style. And then on the other hand, somebody might want that hotshot that's got this stuff right at their fingertips. They can get this done. They can get it fast. That's why it's important. When you're doing this, these questions, you are to interview 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
At the minimum.
Yeah.
You are to take your time, because again, you're getting ready to entrust someone to sell your biggest asset that you have and have ever had. You want to make sure that's the right person. So put them through an interview process that at the end of the day, you can say, well, you know what? I think this agent, I think this is the one. I think this is the person. So again, question number one.
Sticking that sign in the yard and putting your stuff in the newspaper is not...
Well, that's not the time.
It's not. We're not in that time.
We're not there.
We're not there.
No,
God love it. And the books. I mean, even the books. The books are great.
But what happens is, and let's explain that just a little bit. Here's why we're saying newspaper. Now, are there people looking in newspapers? Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Are there people looking at books?
Yes, they are.
But here's what happens. You got a good listing. If you see it in a book, if you see it in a newspaper, it's probably done been sold.
Right.
Because somebody saw it online. We can go online instantaneous. It's just right there. Just like this show. We're right here. You know, it's live. You can do the same thing with those listings. So the people, that's where all of the consumers, the majority of the consumers have moved to that. Right. They've moved online.
I can't tell you when the last time I got a phone call from somebody who said they saw it in a newspaper.
No, I can't either.
Can't tell you the last.
I mean, again, it happens, and I'm not ditching that.
Right.
It happens.
Yeah.
However, if that's not the way that it's going.
That's not the hot thing.
No, that's not how it's going. So, again, first question you should be asking when you're hiring a realtor to sell your house for you, to represent you and get your house marketed and sold is, how long have you been in residential real estate? But don't get hung up on that too bad. How long have you been in residential real estate? And two, on top of that question, is this your full-time job? By this being at their full-time job, they're probably on their game. They're on top of things. They're looking and doing and they're in the right arena. It's hard to, again, compete with a full-time person if you're only doing it part-time. That's why we say ask that question.
Right.
Because real estate can be done and is done by several people on a part-time basis.
Right.
That's your decision. Is it wrong to hire a part-time person?
No.
No. Not at all. That's your decision. But that's why you want to do the interview.
And I think it's going to come back to, again, whether that's 2 months in the business.
Sure.
Working at 1 day a week.
Yes. What is that?
25 years, it should come back to knowledge. And Charlotte just kind of said that it's good that, you need to check about the knowledge, see what kind of knowledge they got, and are they going to be available when you need them to show houses and
Absolutely.
Stuff like that.
I wholeheartedly agree. So these are just some questions, again, you should ask. For those that just came in, got a good crowd on right now. We are giving you today the questions you need to be asked when you're hiring a real estate agent. First one was, you need to ask how long they've been in residential real estate, and on top of that, is this your full-time job? Number two is, here's number two, and it's a biggie, all right? But what specific methods of marketing, all right? What marketing systems and approaches do you use to sell my house? In other words, we've told you now, this is the 7th show, and I bet we've said it every show because it's the truth. 2 things going to sell your house: price and marketing. So if you've got the marketing, tell me, show me what that is. You want to be asking the questions, what type of marketing are you going to use that's going to get my house out there that people are going to be able to see it, look at it, you're going to get eyes on it, you're going to get people walking through it. What is that? In addition to what is it, show it to me.
Right.
Show it to me. Take me online right now and show. Notice that I did say online.
Keyword online.
Yeah. Online is what you want to look for there. Take me online right now and show me your marketing.
Right.
Any person should be able to pull up their phone, their iPad, their computer, get online, show you the marketing right then and there.
Ask them for a listing presentation. If they're listing your house.
Oh yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
here.
ask them to show you their listing presentation.
Their marketing presentation.
Their
marketing presentation. And that should include, here's how I'm going to get your house sold.
Right.
Now, again, this is what we tell people. We have something at Elite Realty Group called a cancellation guarantee that we give to everyone that lists their house with us. Here's how the cancellation guarantee works. It says if you list your house with us, you can cancel at any time, no questions asked, even if you don't like my tie color. you can cancel your listings you can cancel your listing with us. Here's why we do that. One, we want to give our clients peace of mind. We want to let you know, hey, what we're standing here in your living room, what we're telling you, we're not just feeding you a line of junk.
Right.
But we're going to do what we tell you we're going to do. So you need to ask for, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And they should have it in a format, a good, full-time, tech-savvy agent that's on their game, that's really wanting to make a living and feed their family in this business. They're going to have this information.
I think it was Tuesday you said at the sales meeting, but and so when you said that, made me think of this. Anything you do, you got to have a plan.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of what you need to say. What is your plan to get my house sold?
Yes, because again, you're entrusting us to do that.
If we're just flying by the seat of our pants, is that who you want to sell your house?
It's not going to happen. This is what I've said, and I've said this many times. I say this to our sales agents all the time. But I ask the question, I've asked this at church and preaching and a lot of these things, but I've asked the question before, are you known, and I'll ask it to you, are you known worldwide, are you known to be the best cake baker in the world? You're going to say no. You can't even bake a cake. So,
make a cake.
Are you known for that? No.
Worldwide,
Now, here, can you bake the best cake in the world?
Maybe. I don't know.
It depends who judges it.
Yeah.
However, let's go a little bit further. If I gave you the recipe from the person if I gave you Betty Crocker's recipe, and Betty Crocker makes the best cake in the world, and you follow Betty Crocker's recipe to the T, can you make the best cake in the world?
Yes.
Absolutely. Same scenario with your house. There has to be a plan.
Right.
There has to be a goal. There has to be a direction. Without that, people just lost. They're doing what you said. They're flying by the seat of their pants. So you as a consumer, you as a home seller, you need to sit down and say, all right, what's your marketing plan?
Right.
How's this going to be done? Where's it going to be? Is it going to be in books? Is it going to be on websites? Where, what, how, all that stuff. You want to know that up front.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's just good information that's going to lead you to making the right hire, that you've got the right person trying to sell your house. You're watching Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live presented by Elite Realty Group. We are giving you today the questions you need to be asking when you are interviewing, hiring, whatever you want to call it, a realtor to sell your house. Last one, all right? Last one is, how many days does it take you to sell the home? All right, what is your average? If you're so good and you've got all this stuff and you're tech savvy and you're full time and you've got experience and you're on top of your game, what is your average days that it takes you to get it sold?
Right.
I can tell you in the Lakeway area, you remember what it was from the meeting yesterday?
160 something?
Yeah,
what was it?
it's 140 some days right now as the average days on the market. As far as the whole market goes, that's everything through in. Ours at our office here is like 72 days. So we're like half the time here. They should be able to tell you that. They're tracking that. They should be able to give you that information. That gives you then, all right, this is the averages. This is a track that we're going to run on here.
Right.
This is some things that I should be expecting some stuff happening.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Those are some questions you should be asking when you're going to hire a real estate agent.
Let's throw one more.
Go one more.
Just because I like this, I said we had it down here, but it's about getting contacts from their last people.
I agree.
I think that's you. You should ask them for give me some contacts of the last people that you dealt with.
References.
Yeah, I want references.
I want
references. They do that at a job, don't they?
Yeah, sure.
They say I need some references so I can call and verify.
That's what I'm saying.
Ask them for references.
This is a job interview.
It's a job
interview. They should have that. Now, even more than that, here's what I've been asked for from before. Give me the last 2 you sold, and give me the last one you didn't.
Yeah, see what the people who say.
You can tell a whole lot by when it didn't go right. It didn't go smooth.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Right.
Talk to those people. See how all this played out. Again, that's just doing your homework. That's just giving you, because you want to make sure you make the right hire, because the right hire, the right person working for you is going to get your house sold fast, especially in this market.
Right.
Price and marketing, price and marketing. So you want to make sure you've got the right person helping you with the price and doing the right marketing on your home. That's some things you need to be asking, some questions you need to be asking when you are hiring a realtor to work for you. We thank each and every one of you for listening to today's podcast. Tune in for future episodes by subscribing to our channel and get the latest and greatest real estate information right here on Lakeway Area Real Estate Talk Live, presented by Elite Realty Group. Until next time, have a great and blessed day.